following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
The Nostalgia Funhouse proudly dedicates all episodes in the loving memory of Connie Chirac. So, Johnny, I've been hearing really great things about this Nostalgia Funhouse. It just brings back so many great memories.
Andrew, the only reason I'm moving in line with you here is that you really vouched for this show. So I'm just going to believe you that this is the show that, I've been wanting, which is just talking about all the fun stuff from our yesteryear and the years before. And I really hate anything meta. So I'm glad that what we're doing right now is not that.
Oh, no, definitely. What is meta? Isn't that Ron Artest's new name?
Well, add World and Peace to it, sure.
Yeah, but this is great. They last year they were tier and play sets and Halloween costumes.
Well, that sounds cool.
They get these weird court recordings from pop culture courts.
Does anybody care about court cases?
These ones are kind of cool. They put Scott Kelvin on trial. Poor old Santa Claus there.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, man. You know what's the best part about this is though? Is I hear they always got a really great sponsor. You can check it out right there.
Now you can imagine all the power in the universe. The Masters of the Universe collection. 23 pieces, each sold separately. There's He-Man and these heroic action figures. Skeletor and the Warriors of Evil. And 4 fighting creatures. Castle Grayskull, Point Dread, and the Talonfighter. You put them together. And battle machines like the Attack Track. Batteries not included. What would you do with all the power in the universe? He-Man, Skeletor, and all other items from the Masters of the Universe collection. Each sold separately. From Mattel.
By the power of the BICBP radio network, I have the power. That's right. This was actually Johnny's idea, not mine. Definitely wasn't Skeletor's, because Skeletor did make a brief appearance to protest this. So Skeletor, let us know how you feel about this tournament of Masters of the Universe figures.
I'll let you know after it's over. If you're smart, I know who's gonna win.
Oh, there's so many good ones.
Yeah, there are. Thanks, Skeletor, for joining in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop it, Merman. Go somewhere else. Nobody likes you.
I'm sure somebody does.
But in this tournament, it's a little special ingredient. Johnny added 3 figures he really wanted. Obviously, the 2 that he picked, He-Man, Skeletor, just needed to be in there. He added Stinkor.
Yeah, you gotta have Stinkor.
I added in King Hiss and Cyclone. And then, because I had such great memories with Cyclone, a lot of grocery shop trips, I would bring Cyclone along with me. And all the rest, these were picked by my sons using my He-Man Masters of the Universe.
I love that idea, though. So they're just looking at them from which ones look cool standpoint.
Yeah, because other than the ones that I have from He-Man Origins, because this is the 1980s ones. I told them, do not go past 1980. Do not look at She-Ra, Princess of Power. These are all Masters of the Universe. What was it, 1982 to 1987?
Yeah. At some point, I want to do this same thing, but with the Ninja Turtle figures.
Oh, I would agree with you, because these are probably 2 of the most funnest, iconic lines. I love G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is a great toy line when it comes to play.
Yeah.
That's vehicle.
I love Snow Job, so I know where you're going with this.
So glad I sent that to you. But these are very unique ones, and I think Ninja Turtles fall in the same way. And Mark Taylor, who helped create the Masters of the Universe toy line, also worked on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line as well. Which,
heck of a legacy just on those 2 right there.
Yeah. Actually, I think I tried to get him before his passing. I've also sent out messages to Ron Rudak, who did the artist renderings for G.I. Joe, but he's never gotten back to me because we're just not popular. Because those are people I'd like to interview.
Oh, yeah.
But
But we're doing a tournament today. We got 32 figures from He-Man, Masters of the Universe, and we're going to just, as each one comes up, we're going to decide which one goes ahead from whatever reasons we say. It could be from nostalgia. It could be from something to do with the figure. Who knows? We're just going to be flying by the seat of our pants as we're doing this.
yes, and if Johnny has any questions on what kind of weapon or
I'm very jealous of this book, by the way. Is there a Ninja Turtle book like this?
I believe so. I know there's like GI Joe ones and everything else. Like this goes all the way.
What's it called? What's the book called?
It's just called Toys of Masters of the Universe.
And it's basically like an encyclopedia of them, right?
Yes, it shows you the pictures, it shows you everything. It'll even give you variants. It has interviews with the designers and everything else as well. It gives you timelines of the toys.
That's so cool.
It will even tell you when like trademarks were
Love it.
things and everything else. I also have the other cool thing I have with for my Masters of the Universe is I have the whole collection of mini comics
Oh,
in
the ones that came with
book.
the originals? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in one book. And the cool thing about that too, as well, is it will tell you, okay, well, Stratos was in this mini comic, even though Stratos is a good guy in some of the mini comics in the beginning, they weren't the artist and writer weren't quite sure what he was. So they were like, hey, you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we have too many of the original 8 on here as well.
Well, before we get into this, I don't want to make this go too long because I think this is going to take a little bit of time, but I wanted to run this by you, Andrew. I found on the old YouTube, somebody had posted the He-Man Masters of the Universe Christmas special.
Oh, it's so good.
And that I don't know why I never seen them before. Like it blew my mind. I was like, I don't remember this. But basically, Skeletor kind of becomes sort of a good guy in it. Like he ends up protecting these children. And my favorite part is when he's talking to He-Man and he goes, and they go, well, why did you do that? He goes, I don't know. Like he can't figure out why the Christmas spirit is infecting him so. And it was so great.
It is the Christmas spirit. It got the Grinch. It can get Skeletor.
It most certainly did. Yeah, it was very great.
That's
very,
a
very
conversation. Awesome. Which villain could the Christmas spirit infect? And I think one of the only ones is like Megatron and Mum-Ra.
Yeah, yeah. All right, but let's do this. All right, who we got up first here?
We got Whiplash, who comes with a spear, and the feature that makes him stand out is his long, scaly tail that extends from his back, and you can twist them and obviously make them kind of Whiplash. The next one is Leech. Find Leech in my big book here. So Whiplash obviously is the one with the spear. Then you got Leech, Leech is a member of the evil horde.
There's some hordes in this house.
And he has suction cups, and he comes with a red crossbow as well.
All right, so what are your feelings just right off the bat? Which one are you thinking right off the bat?
Oh, geez. So I actually had both of these, not to sound like some Brian Finch over here. Inside joke if you listen to a lot of episodes or listen to Crafting and Drafting. Oh man, if I had to choose, so I'm gonna go by with a little bit nostalgia here.
Yeah.
And if I'm at a store and I gotta get one or the other, they're both reasonably priced. I got money to blow.
That's when you get a snow job.
I've passed up on Leech many times with the He-Man Origins. I'm gonna go Whiplash.
All right, so I understand where you're coming from, but just listen to this. All right, so Leech, if you just look at him, first of all, he's giving me big time vibes as the suction cups of that Garfield that was in everybody's car.
Yes.
Big time that. So I absolutely love that. And I guarantee you, if you had asked me when I was like 5 years old, Johnny, what does a vagina look like?
Oh, geez. We're definitely going to put the E on this one.
That is a medical term. And I probably would have said, hey, if you say Johnny draw one, it might look like the face of Leech because I wouldn't know. And to this day, I'm still unsure. So I'm going to. And that crossbow is way cooler than the spear, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I like the whip lashing action.
Yeah, but the other one, like you can literally put him on your fridge or on your windows. That's so cool.
Yeah, I still like the whipping action.
Okay, let me ask you this:
horrible
if these two got in an actual fight between these two characters, who wins that fight?
I don't know too much about Leash because he was an evil horde, and that was more Princess of Power. Where Whiplash was kind of like in a Beastman mold that I can remember.
But he's also got a sweet looking butterfly on his chest.
Well, that's the evil horde. That's a bat with a skull.
No, that's what I said. Butterfly.
He's an evil horde.
Honestly, I think both these figures look pretty sweet, so I'm not mad at whichever one goes on. So I'm gonna say let's go with your nostalgia and let's let old Whiplash go on.
Okay. So Whiplash goes. Next, we got Faker and Beastman. Now, Faker is, I don't know if you can tell this, that's a robot He-Man that Skeletor made to fake everybody out.
I was like, we gotta replace He-Man. And how do I do this?
And if you
Faker.
And if you take off his chest plate, there's like little like a little computer board there. But you can't tell. You can't tell that's not He-Man.
No, it was a perfect 1-for-1.
You cannot tell.
No, you can't. It's uncanny how he looks like. It's not like he's a Bizarro Batman or anything. Superman.
There's Beastman, who is one of the original 8.
Iconic, I would dare say.
He has a whip.
He's like Bebop and Rocksteady for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very iconic.
I'll go Beastman.
I'm going Beastman just for pure, again, legacy.
So next up we have, oh my goodness, I can't believe I gotta say this to you. We have Tongue Lasher and Mossman. Yep. Get it out. Get it out, Johnny.
You know what? I'm gonna defy expectations.
Just get it out.
I know what you're thinking, Johnny. You're gonna make a lot of fun of that Moss Man. I get it.
Tongue Lasher comes with a snake staff and a dragonfly weapon. And when you roll this little like switch in his back, his tongue will
it'll whiplash. Yeah.
We'll go in and out.
Oh, if you got Tongue Lasher and Whiplash together.
Yeah, but I think Tongue Lasher, he's another subgroup. He's one of the Snake Men.
Oh yeah, he's got to be.
Are you aware of the Snake Men, Johnny?
I mean, he's got a snake on his staff. That staff is pretty sweet, honestly, for a toy. I think that staff looks pretty awesome.
But Moss Man, he comes with a club and he smells like pine.
Oh, okay, well he wins.
And he has a pine scent and flocked hair. And he is just Beast Man with flocked hair and smells like pine. And
yeah, I can hang him up in a car and get that new car smell with Moss Man.
My nostalgia,
yeah,
says Moss Man.
I'm going Moss Man, but I'm going to throw it out here. That snake staff is pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why that dragonfly is the thing. Like, it just looks like a dragonfly. What's it going to do? Throw a dragonfly at you?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Does it like shoot stingers?
I have no idea. But the Moss Man, I agree, moves on here. I mean, you smell like pine. You're going to overcome many a battle. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah.
We got Too Bad and Spikor.
Well, Too Bad is another iconic toy, in my opinion.
Yeah, because he just punches himself.
Yes. Yeah. That's Too Bad. He does.
He only comes with a shield. Spikor comes with a club. The little spike hand extends out as well. But
yeah, he sort of looks like what's that horror movie with that guy with all the spikes on him?
Pinhead.
Yeah, he looks like Pinhead.
Hellraiser.
Heckraiser, we're PG podcast.
Oh yeah. I gotta go with Too Bad.
I'm going Too Bad all the way.
I'm going Too Bad as well. Now this is where it gets gritty. He-Man versus Skeletor.
This isn't even. Why are you doing this right off the bat?
I just clicked fill empty.
It random not. It did random, and this is what appeared.
This is what appeared.
Why are you doing it? We're not going to agree on this.
He-Man came with the sword, shield, and axe. I think we are. Because
Like He-Man is an iconic hero. He's amazing, but to me, like Skeletor is not only an iconic figure, I can't even talk anymore. Iconic figure himself, but just look how well he stands out. Like he just looks so freaking cool.
I agree with you. I'd go Skeletor, even though I got more nostalgia with He-Man. That's probably one time where just cool aesthetics and deco and stuff trump out just pure
Yeah.
nostalgia.
Or Biden's out. I mean, we don't want
I
to.
knew there's gonna be a joke there.
Yeah, it's Skeletor for me all the way. I honestly would have fought you on this one. So I'm glad you agree. Like I was hoping this would be like a fight, like close to the finals.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely Skeletor.
All right, next up,
Got Merman. Yes, we see you. We see you.
and the pyramid guy from.
Oh, that's Mosquito.
Oh,
Johnny.
I thought it was the guy from those scary video games.
So Merman, one of the original 8, and he comes with a sword. He's Merman.
Oh, I think you mean he comes with like a giant corn on the cob.
No, that's a sword. I think it's supposed to be like a coral sword. Now, the thing with Mosquito, as I point to it, like you can actually see me doing this. Do you see the red spot on his chest?
Yes.
That pumps blood. There's a button in the back that you push and it like pumps blood.
Oh, so it actually
He's a
takes blood from
mosquito.
you and pumps it. That's cool. Man, I didn't know these
So he's
figures were
like a
that hard.
mosquito. Oh, that's such a cool action though.
That is a cool action, but Merman is. I'm going to pick Merman out of these two, just for that giant corn on the cob itself. It's making me really like miss. I haven't had corn on the cob in a while. I don't know why it's making me think of that.
Since you gave me Whiplash, I'll give you Merman here.
Okay, all right, sweet.
Mosquito is cool. I actually own the Mosquito. I actually own both of these for the He-Man Origins.
I was about to say, if you didn't have both of these, I'd be kind of shocked.
The Sorceress and Buzz Off. The Sorceress really doesn't do anything. She comes with her magical staff, and she can lift her arms up to the side, which I don't think any other character can.
And sort of like a back and forth motion.
Yeah. Oh, geez, Johnny. Yeah, like she's.
I don't like how her. Again, this is because I'm immature. Just this picture is posed in such a way that her wings underneath her. That's just not a great place for that to be.
And Buzz Off comes with an axe and helmet, and his wings extend out.
Was it Buzz Off? I think I remember you saying Buzz Off is a nostalgic figure for you, right?
I was Buzz Off for Halloween one year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So he's got to go. He wins this.
Yeah.
Just for that alone.
I was kind of upset when my kids were like, Sorceress. And I was like, oh, who wants to play with the Sorceress? There's somebody else. Stratos, who is an original 8, and Orko.
I mean, Orko, right?
Yeah, wow. Thank you.
I'm
glad I didn't have to read those. The Orko was sweet because you could put that in there and he just zipped back and forth, and he was probably one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very fun character.
So we got Whiplash and Beastman.
All right, it's going to be Beastman for me, but I'm open to your arguments for Whiplash if that's what you're choosing. Okay,
it's Beastman. It's like in hockey when you talk about the original 6. Most of the time, the original stuff will always trump what came out later on, or Biden. I'm sorry, Johnny. So Beastman goes on. Moss Man versus Too Bad. I am going with Moss Man. That flocked, pine scented Moss Man.
The only reason I'm even hesitant, I'm going to agree with you. The only reason I'm even hesitant is I just have really strong memories of, like, I had a lot of friends who had a Too Bad figure. I saw him everywhere as a kid. I don't know why. He's like one of those bad guys, him and Mini Faces. The two that I saw all the time for some reason.
It's Man E Faces.
No, I'm sorry. I said it. I'm Southern. I said it incorrectly. I apologize.
Man.
But I like Mossman quite a lot. I never got to see that figure or smell that figure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was really cool to me. So I'm going to go Mossman as well.
They came out with him in Origins, but it's like a $40 like ultimate pack. And I'm just like, oh, $40 for a figure. So I'm hoping it goes on clearance. I think it's a Green Skeletor.
You know what we're picking. Why are we even doing that? It would have been funny if you'd have put Merman.
This is it just clicked over. I gotta go Orko because it's just the feature.
Yeah.
Like
it's gonna be Orko.
Thing that was like you put the like cord through and then you ripped and then it went through. I like that. And no, Johnny.
What?
Waiting for some sort of joke. Beast Man or Moss Man?
Oh wow.
I gotta go Moss Man still. He's pine scented.
Yes. But so it's like most little trees in people's cars.
But this is something you can play with.
Well, but you can play with anything if you try hard enough.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Who are you thinking?
Beastman is just he's literally like one of the main henchmen of Skeletor, though. That's why that's why this one's way tougher for me than for you, I think. Like he just, like if you're going to anytime they're going to redo Masters of the Universe, the Beastman's got to be a part of it one way or the other.
Yeah. He could leave Moss Man. He was in, what is that? The Masters Universe Revelation, voiced by the guy that did Skeletor.
What?
It was. Yeah. Maybe I will go Beast Man.
I'm leaning Beastman, but I am not gonna lie. That pine scent is kind of throwing me a little bit because I know how weird that is, but it's a really neat feature to me. Very unique.
I'll go Moss Man.
Okay.
All right. Orko or Skeletor?
I mean, Skeletor.
Orko. And then for the final.
Well, you know where I'm leaning. So you tell me what you think.
I think it's Skeletor because you need Skeletor.
Yeah.
Like my first two when I got He-Man Origins was He-Man and Skeletor.
Yeah. You complete me.
So that is that side.
All right.
All right. Are you ready for Squeeze? And let me say this slowly. Ninjor.
Yeah.
Hit the microphone. So Squeeze comes with that's a pet snake, and you can wrap those arms around.
That's what I do with my pet snake.
Ninjor, I never had Ninjor because he is a very late release. He is
I don't remember this one at all.
Yeah, he is end of the line 1987 release. Comes with nunchucks, swords, tech bow, and removable hood.
Now, those nunchucks look pretty sweet, but I will say, anytime there's a ninja on board, usually I lean toward that. I don't think I care for that figure very much.
I would go with Squeeze.
I'm going Squeeze.
Yeah, that's how it is too. It's like with 3 S's, so it's like I can't even do it now.
Squeeze.
Spout versus King Hiss. I don't even got to look this up because I can already tell you about these two. I actually did the unboxing of Spout for the He-Man Origins. You could catch that on our YouTube channel. But Spout squirts water.
Of course. Yeah.
So you take this little his axe here, you turn it upside down to this U shape, you put it in his hand. That will help prop up his, or because he was also called Hose Nose in the cartoon, and you can squirt water. King Hiss. Now these are the body parts. So you put like all this on him, like this front, the back, and the arms, and then you can like take it off, and it reveals the snakes.
Yeah.
So that was always pretty cool to me. I didn't have a Snout Spout, but I did have a King Hiss growing up.
Yeah. I mean, that is a really cool feature, but I don't know. Like, I think it's because I've been playing a lot of Mario Wonder, the new Mario game that came out.
Oh, because of the elephant thing.
Because the elephant, so I'm just leaning towards that. Because that's, if I'm a kid, I definitely remember when I was really, really young. I think all kids remember this when it was bath time. You know, like what figures can I take to the bath with me?
I'll give you a Snout Spout there.
Yeah, so I'm leaning toward him, but I'm not mad at either. That feature of like you can actually take apart and build a character sounds really cool though.
Yeah, because there's another one that my kids didn't pick that I was kind of pissed off. I'm not gonna lie. Was Modulock.
Yeah.
You could like rebuild and just make them any which way you wanted to. All right, we got good old Mechanic versus Duncan here, aka Man at Arms. And I went with, when I did the picture, I went with the original 8-1 without mustache, because the mustache was added for the cartoon to make him look older.
Yeah, I was literally about to ask where his mustache was, but
nope. Good old Duncan never really had a mustache in the beginning. He had to grow one in, kind of like Dave Craig with his beard for the
he gets older.
Starting lineups. But Mechanic, obviously, you can see what he does. His neck raises.
He could use a beard. Yeah.
And Man at Arms is just good old fashioned Man at Arms.
I mean, I have a beard just so it makes it look like I at least have a chin. So I feel really bad for that guy. He needs a beard. Well, both of them kind of in this picture need a beard. Where are you leaning here?
Man at Arms.
Yeah.
One of my biggest regrets is I don't have a Man at Arms.
I think it's in
my Origins collection.
I agree with you on this one.
Ram Man, you squeeze him down.
Yeah.
Hit the button in the back. He springs up. Jiu-Jitsu, you kind of turn him to the side and he makes like a karate chop.
It's Ram Man, right?
Oh, 100%. I have both of these for Origins, but the Ram Man I was super excited to find this guy.
Ram Man's another one that I remember seeing all the time. Like a lot of my friends had Ram Man.
We used Ram Man for Juggernaut when the Toy Biz Marvels started coming up before they had a Juggernaut. So we have Mantenna and Man-E faces. So Mantenna, his eyes will pop out.
Yeah. Like he's shocked.
He is an evil horde, as you could see by, as Johnny says, the butterfly.
The Batterfly, yeah.
And then Man-E faces, you turn him robot, human, monster. Was a bad guy in the beginning because Skeletor tricked him. I was reading the mini comics, but he ended up being good. He-Man changed him over.
I tried my best.
Damn you, Skeletor.
He was two-faced.
That's too bad.
It's gotta be mini faces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I liked Mantenna.
Oh, Mantenna's really neat, but mini faces again.
Stinkor versus Scareglow. Now I was reading Scareglow is another 1987 release. As I talk about these way too much where I'm like getting into it. But this is such great childhood memories right here.
Yeah.
Now I was reading something where he was almost pitched as the evil ghost of Skeletor.
What?
Yes.
I'm already a skeleton.
And he comes with the sickle of doom, but he glows in the dark. But Stinkor stinks.
Yeah, I mean, glow in the dark. Don't get me wrong. That's like a classic gimmick for a toy, and I guarantee you he looks really cool at night. But Stinkor for me, this poor guy just stinks.
And he only comes with a shield.
Yes. which he doesn't even need because nobody's getting near him.
I'll go with Stinkor.
Stinkor wins.
All right. So
Oh
I
man.
did. I made an exception. Battle
Yeah.
Cat is actually considered a vehicle,
No. He's a character. I'm with you
but
here.
well, that's where I went with it. So when I was trying to get my kids into Masters of the Universe, like watching the cartoon, my oldest son at the time, who wasn't as old as he is now, gravitated towards Cringer, which in a way is another extension of He-Man, where Prince Adam gets transformed into He-Man, somebody more powerful. Cringer transforms into Battle Cat, gets more ferocious. So
Yeah.
he was like, I want Battle Cat. So I was like, I will make this exception because he is actually classified as a vehicle. But we have Battle Cat with removable armor and my grocery shopping companion, Scott Cyclone.
Okay. What does Cyclone do? Like, obviously, he has a gimmick in his chest there.
Well, that's like a little like radar thing, and then he just twirls. His arms,
Okay.
upper body twirls.
Cyclones. He cyclones. Yeah.
Yes. Like a reverse red tornado.
Yeah. All right. Now,
This is very hard for me right now.
you have it's tough for me here just because I'm obviously going to lean to the left here. I mean, when I still remember because I always thought, tigers were always one of my favorite animals.
Mhm.
And I still remember when I first, that's what even got me into He-Man was I saw that tiger and he looked so freaking cool. So I'm going to lean there just for my nostalgia, but I am open to your suggestions if you're going to go the other way, because I know you have nostalgia, because I mean, he went shopping with you.
He did. He was like, your parents are like, hey, you can bring one toy, like one figure, and I don't know why it was always Cyclone.
I like his colors too. I mean, the bright yellow and blue. That's bringing Uncanny X-Men vibes to me.
I think I had like a sweatsuit that color. Do you remember when everybody wore sweatsuits? Like with
I do.
Pee Wee Herman? That's a show topic we got to go down.
Sweat. We're getting so many lessons for sweatsuits.
Oh geez, there are so many. I'm gonna go Battle Cat.
Okay, yeah, I know it was tough for you, but
it's very
Battle Cat,
tough. Like
Battle Cat for me.
There's a tier coming down right now.
Yeah,
that's a Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels thing. Next we have Triclops and Snakeface.
Man, how many times is he going to do this snake weapon? This is like a third one.
Got to reproduce it. He goes with a shield and a green snake men staff. So I think it's just common for the snake.
Yeah.
And I don't remember him because once again, Snakeface 1987 release, kind of the end of the line there. And I don't remember him at all. But you hit a button and his eyes and his mouth, and even out of his shoulders, like little snakes will not like shoot all the way out, but they will like project out.
Yeah.
And you can retract them. Triclops, tried and true. Flip around the eyes. There's 3 of them.
Yeah, that's my pick. He's another iconic one to me too. I saw that one a lot as a kid.
Yeah, no, he's not an original 8. Sometimes I got to think about that because he's just been around so long. Squeeze or Snowspout?
This is a fight I would love to see.
I'm gonna go with Squeeze. I always liked the Snake Man.
Yeah, but if he's fighting that elephant guy, he's gonna be all washed up. He's gonna be all washed up.
Johnny.
He's gonna be all washed up. You're stepping on my great, amazing, incredible joke.
We don't joke about MOTU.
Yeah, we don't. I don't joke about anything that needs to be taken serious like this. You know what?
I like Squeeze.
I think Squeeze is the more interesting character, though I literally don't remember him at all.
Okay, so this is Snowspout. Okay, now I'm thinking like what my parents would tell me.
Okay. Do we have a Snowspout at home? Is that what you're about to tell me?
No. So Snowspout, as you mentioned, bath time toy, squirts water. I'm not going to be able to squirt water whenever I want throughout the house.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Squeeze.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got a little too in depth.
No. I like this.
Squeeze is anytime.
But I also feel Squeeze is going to be one of those toys that's going to get easily broken to me. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but
I don't know what you are either.
I'm going to, you know what? You talked me into it. You're not wrong. Like, I mean, my argument before was that you could play with them in the bath, but you're right. You're not always going to be in a situation as a kid where you can always just have A, access to water, and B, like if you get stuff wet and you're not in the tub, you're probably going to get in some trouble as a kid.
I mean, even if you take them outside, you're not going to be able to turn on the hose.
Right. Yeah.
Because you might get into trouble. There's that damn water bill, Johnny.
Yeah. You talked me into it. Yeah. Squeeze gets on. No. Oh, here we go.
Man at Arms and Ram Man. This is kind of iconic figure over cool function.
I don't know. They're both kind of iconic figures to me.
I would put Man at Arms more iconic. Good old.
I mean, if you're going to if levels to it for sure, yeah. But I have very distinct memories of, like, I remember seeing Ram Man before I knew he was a Masters of the Universe figure. Because if you just saw him out in the wild and you didn't see, like, if you saw him loose, out in the wild and you didn't know, like, I don't think you would necessarily automatically know he was a He-Man figure.
He is pretty sweet.
And that's not taking anything because I think he's pretty awesome. But I think I'm leaning to the left here.
Okay. I'll go with you on good old Man at Arms. Man faces or Stinkor? Now, cool feature, Stinkor.
Yeah.
Or nostalgia, it's Manny.
Yeah. My argument would be Stinkor could, like, make all of Manny's faces look very sour.
But he comes, okay, so now I'm going to go into the snout spout.
Let's do it. Yeah.
He stinks. He comes with pellets that you don't have that many of. Have you ever gotten the once you use them, they're done. We're not getting any more?
That's true. Yeah. But while you do have them, think of all the fun you can have, like irritating your brothers or sisters. But man, I mean, you're not wrong though. Once you run out, you're out. And then he's just a figure with a shield.
I mean, that was cool to get him past the first round, but we're in the second.
You know what? You're right. This is getting more and more difficult. I'm going to agree. Let's let the guy with the bunch of faces move on here.
Battle Cat or Triclops? Battle Cat for me.
Battle Cat, yeah. Battle Cat too. I agree there.
Squeeze or Duncan or Man at Arms?
Duncan. It's got to be Duncan, right?
Yeah. Battle Cat.
Battle Cat, yep. Hey, we're going to have a good guy come out of the other side.
Ooh. Wow.
This is tough.
Ooh.
Wow.
I know the story behind Battle Cat, and it makes it kind of even cooler that he was just like a screw it, send it type deal.
Yeah.
People like I watched the Toys That Made Us as I was making this because I just feel like I needed that.
Yeah, I get it. It's a great episode.
Man at Arms or Battle Cat?
All right. Also thinking of it from this standpoint, they're going up against Skeletor. So which one do you think will have a better discussion to go up against Skeletor? If I'm just going from which one looks cool, they both look cool.
They both look cool. Yeah.
But Battle Cat just has a special place in my soul.
I gotta go with you. It was
personally
the coolest thing to like even remove that face shield.
He still looks awesome, right? Yeah.
I also feel looking at this as a parent, there's a lot of stuff on Man at Arms that could get lost.
or like I'm also thinking about just that when you're an adult and you step on things and how much they hurt.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. I'm thinking Battle Cat.
I'm gonna go Battle Cat as well. Now here we go.
Skeletor versus Battle Cat.
All right. What's your first feeling here?
It's Skeletor. I don't think there's never really been a figure like him.
I
That-
kind of feel, and obviously behind I'm going to break the fourth wall here. I do Skeletor a lot as an impression. It's one of the ones that I have a lot of fun with, that I feel like I could do a pretty decent job at.
No.
Yes.
But to the point where I know there's people. I'm sorry that I just blew you away with that.
Kayfabe is truly dead.
It is. It's been dead for a while. It's to the point where I'll listen to other people's Skeletors. I'm like, it's just not as fun as mine. But I'm very full of myself when I say that. But just speaking from an action figure,
look at him though,
standpoint, I'm going to say this. If you talk to anybody about, I say, hey, can you name an iconic 1980s or 90s action figure? Almost, I would dare say, let's make like a Mount Rushmore. There's no way that you don't at least consider, if not actually put him on that with Skeletor, right?
Yeah,
for me, he's a top tier. I mean, we've said the word iconic a lot, but I would dare say legendary. He's a legendary figure, I think.
He's just so, I mean, look at him. It's just like all these are very cool. Like even just going through the book, they're all cool. They all got cool features, but there's something about how Skeletor looks with the armor, the Havoc staff.
Yeah. I'll tell you this too.
The power sword, the hooded skull type thing. Like Scarecrow is cool looking, but he's not as cool looking as Skeletor. Like,
I mean, the colors all work perfectly, right?
Yeah.
With this, the purples and the blues and that yellow, or of his skull and the black of his eyes, all of that just works so perfectly. And this is the reason that he also wins for me. Just taking out any of my personal feelings with the character. Is he is one of those toys that I always wanted, but I was never able to find and get for myself as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never had a Skeletor. He's one of those that I've always loved, but I never got. I've had He-Mans. I had a Ram Man at one time. I never got a Stinkor either, but it's probably for the best. I definitely would have
those either.
I probably would have wasted him, but
I can't.
He would have ran a Stink way quick.
I can't believe how spoiled of a child I was, but that's a shout out to my mom and my dad. A lot of it to my mom too, for working like 2 to 3 jobs at Christmas. So
yeah.
I
mean, Skeletor was one of those figures where, and we didn't necessarily have a ton of money growing up, but my parents were like, hey, you can pick out one toy type of thing.
You would,
and I'm picking a Ninja Turtle toy, right?
Oh yeah.
But like I would always eye that Skeletor.
Well, they talked about that in the Toys That Made Us too. Is towards the end they'd stop shipping a lot of Skeletors and He-Man. Like there's tons of different Skeletors. Did you know you could have bought, they probably still bounce around, so you can still buy it today. A scuba attack gear for Skeletor.
See, I kind of love when they give them even more gimmicks. Some of my favorite Ninja Turtle toys are the ones where it's the Ninja Turtles, but they're doing different things.
Yeah, see, I wish I could like scan this for you and just show
yeah, I would love to see it.
Like all this, like Buzzsaw, Hordak, and everything else, because it's got all the play sets, all the vehicles, and every figure.
That's why I want one of those for the Ninja Turtles. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Who won for sure? Yeah, and I know a certain somebody else would be very happy about this. I'll have to let them know about this. Let them know when I see him again. Yeah,
but it's very. I didn't think he was, but then when I started looking at this, I was like, he probably is gonna win because he is, like you said, one of the most iconic action figures.
He stands out. He just really, literally, if you didn't even know what he was from, if you just saw this figure, you would be instantly intrigued by it just from looking at it.
Just everything about Skeletor is iconic.
Yeah.
And I'm very upset that he didn't make it to the villain tournament, which he probably would have won, but he got this one. So
yeah. I think he'll be fine with it. Yeah.
Yes, finally, I'm getting my flowers.
Well, that is it. thank you for, because I'm gonna put this up on YouTube probably as well. Thank you for watching, listening, or just supporting us in any way through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any of those methods. Thank you. Thank you for sending us messages, doing requests. I know some of you have, people like Nick O have done requests. Gary
No, and also, yeah,
shares.
I mean, you're naming some great people, but I also want to shout out all those people who send us messages, and I know they're real people who are telling us that they can help promote our podcast. I'm just very grateful for them. I can't wait for this podcast to go through the moon from all this promotion we're about to have. We get those I'm on many different podcasts, and I've seen that message. We're getting them a lot on our Facebook because I see them.
Yeah.
But you don't understand how many I even get on. I bet you get them too because I don't see those on Instagram. I get them all the time on Instagram.
I haven't seen any on Instagram.
Oh, I get them all the time on there.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
No, I don't want your help. I think I'm doing it. If it's reaching you, I think I'm doing a pretty good job of promoting the podcast. I think we're doing fine here.
Yeah,
But
I'm fine with it.
thank you for the non-podcast promoters and just the fans. I think
Yeah,
we're really going with that really help us out by doing just requests and everything else, giving us ideas. And remember, if you have any ideas, any requests, and not to request to promote our podcast because you want to try and make a dime off of us, because
well, we don't even make a dime off of us.
we don't even make a dime off of us. You can support us on Patreon for $1 a month. Get videos and stuff before they hit YouTube. You just share. If you're on Facebook or anything and you see an episode pop up or a post, share word of mouth.
Yeah,
That's I think that's almost even better than the $1 if you're going to do on Patreon. Just word of mouth. Tell your friends, tell your families, tell people that you might not even like, but you feel that they could use some cheering up.
Heck, if you don't like this podcast, then do tell people you don't like to listen to it.
There you go. And just check us out. Check us out on BICBP Radio Network podcast for everyone. And you might find a good one on there as well too, other than us. And Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And with that being said, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
I'll get you, He-Man.